Today's topic is tuple. Tuples are immutable. Immutable means we can't change the tuple elements once it is declared. Now let us see how to declare the tuple. Tuple can be assigned to a variable. Any name we can give as a variable name and a list of items. Okay, here t is equals to t is a variable name. T is equals to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. These list of items can be separated with the commas. Suppose let us execute the same code. This is my Jupyter notebook. I has declared a variable name as t and my elements are 10, 20, 30 and 40. So now I am going to print this tuple. So print t, so that if you run this one, you may get 10, 20, 30, 40 are my tuple elements. Once if you want to check this is a tuple or any other data type. So for that we need to print this one, print type of t. T is a variable name. It is assigned to a tuple. So if you run this code, we'll get it is printer type of t is a tuple type. So the output of this code is a type of the tuple is a class tuple. It is a tuple data type. And next one is we can also declare the empty tuple. So empty tuple can be declared like this t2. T2 is a variable name and it is assigned to this one. So now if you want to print this empty tuple, if you want to check the type of this empty tuple type t2, and also we may get it as a tuple. Let me execute in my Jupyter notebook. Okay, this is my empty tuple. This is the declaration of empty tuple. T is equals to bracket is closed, type of t. Now I am going to run this one. Type of t is a class is tuple. I has declared the tuple t is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now I am going to access these tuple elements, so that how I am accessing means print of first element. Here it will follow the indexing. It will start from index 0 to n minus 1. So I want to access my first element means t of 0. T of 0, my first element value is 10. Okay, let me show it in Jupyter notebook. Okay, this is my tuple, contains the elements as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, now I want to access my first element means that is a 10. Its index value is 0, t of 0. So that if I run this code, I will get the value as 10. Suppose if I want to access the second element means 1. If I run this code, then I will get my second element as a 20. Suppose if I want to access my last element, so last element can be represented with minus 1, so that its index value is minus 1. Now I am going to run, my last element is a 50. Like that we can access all the elements in the tuple by giving its proper index values. Okay, here I has accessed the value of first, and here I has accessed the value of last value, that is 50, by giving the proper index value. Suppose if you want to print the list of values, sequence of values, that is nothing but a slicing also can be done in case of tuple. So let me execute an Jupyter notebook. Okay, slicing also can be done with the help in case of tuple. Okay, now I am going to print the index number 1 to index number 4. So index number 4 means I am going to access n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4. So now my index number 1 value is 20 and index number 2 value is 30 and index number 3 value is 40. So suppose here I gave it is 1, index number 1 and index number 4, that is n minus 1. Here I gave 4 means my values are 1, 2 and 3. So my first value is index number first 1 value is 20, index number 2 value is 30, index number 3 value is 40. Now let us see operations on tuple. First, if you want to find the length of the tuple, just give the len function and tuple name. So my length of len function will find the length of the tuple t. T is a variable name which is assigned to a tuple. So let me execute in my Jupyter. So this is my variable name length. Length is assigned to len function and length of my tuple. So I'm going to print the length, that's value is 5. If I run this one, I will get the 5. Suppose if I change the value of my tuple, how many are there here? 5 elements are there. So I am going to give only 4 elements. Now I am going to run this one. The maximum value is 40. Then the same command I am going to execute. The length of my tuple t is t. So now it will become length is 4. Okay, like that it will count the number of elements in my tuple. Next one is adding or concatenating two tuples. So suppose my tuple t3 is a variable and tuple t is one tuple and t1 is another tuple. If I want to add these two tuple, add or concatenate these two tuples means you just give the plus mark between them. So let me execute on my Jupyter. Okay, my T1 is A, B, C and D and my T values are 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now I am going to add these two. Okay, now my T values are 10, 20, 30 and 40. My T1 values are A, B, C and D. So like this we can concatenate two tuples. Now next one is the next operation on tuple is I'm going to print each element 3 times in a tuple. So like for that what I do, I has multi star with the 3. So if you change this value to 2, every element tuple can be printed 2 times. That means my t is equals to 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4, like that each tuple can be printed 3 times. Okay, let me execute in my Jupyter notebook. Okay, ta has already declared I am going to print 3 times my tuple. So for that I am going to run. So my first T1 is 10, 20, 30 and 40. And next one is starting from 10, 20, 30 and 40. Like that it will print all the elements in my tuple 3 times. Suppose if I want to print 2 times means you just change the number. Okay, now press run button. So it will print all tuple elements 2 times. Okay, next operation sir, I am going to find maximum value in the tuple, so that I am going to use the function as a max. So if I want to find minimum value in my tuple means I am going to use the function as minimum. Okay, already we discussed the length of the tuple, so it will find the length of the tuple. So how many elements are there, that it will give. Let me execute in Jupyter. So this is my tuple t1. So I am going to find the length of the tuple. For that I am going to, I has declared my tuple t1. So I am just running the length function. So I will get how many elements are 1 2 3 4 and 5. My length of my tuple is 5. Next I am going to find the maximum. This is my t1. I am going to find the maximum value in this my tuple. So maximum value is 30. So I am going to run it. So we got 30. So I am going to find the minimum value in this tuple. So what is the minimum value is 20. So I am going to apply the minimum function, run it, get a minimum value is 10. Suppose I am going to change this value to 1. Again I am going to run this function, same, my minimum value is 1. Okay, this is all about the tuple. Thanks for watching video.